I suppose dreams are abstract projections of reality that we sometimes experience when we sleep.
I think dreaming is really strange because not even scientists understand what dreaming is and how we do it and why we do it. It's very much like an anomaly of many things that happen with our brain that we just don't understand.
Yeah, it's just random, really, for me. It's like roulette, spin the wheel. What happened today? Oh, watch an alien movie. Alright, dream about aliens, there you go.
I feel like it's this thing about a leaky box, like obviously these thoughts and memories that you have from your past and like things you're scared of or things you feel happy about or things you think, oh, I'd love it if that happened. You'd think about that, say, earlier in the day, that will go into your sort of memory box and then it leaks out when you go to sleep.
You trying to play back or make sense of what's happened maybe over the last few days or maybe something major that's happened in your life.
It's your mind joining thoughts together.
I think it stops you going crazy. I think they sort out your brain. It's the shadows of the brain being shuffled, of you remembering and forgetting things, of things being prioritised in the brain.
I think dreams have meanings. I think like your subconscious is trying to tell you something. It's like intuition.
I don't think they often come from nowhere.
Yeah, it comes from personal places.
I was in bed, just dropping off to sleep, when my bedroom door opened. And my nan walked in. There was nothing to suggest I was dreaming other than the fact that my nan had passed away in the early 1990s and had never seen the house that I was living in. And there she was, standing in my bedroom, looking just as I remembered her. Overcoat on, scarf tied around her head, shopping bag in her hand. I remember hugging her and just asking how she was here. How did she know where I lived? But I also remember absolute joy that I'd seen and heard my grandparents.
Sometimes dreams can be signs of stuff, what we're dealing with. Often when I have my dreams that reflect what's happening in my real life, they're quite anxious-y.
I remember my dad likes to fish. For some reason the dream was I was an electric eel in a swimming pool and there was a bunch of other fish around me and my dad kept fishing for me and it was really weird. And I don't know why, and I had that dream every single day for months. Like, I don't know. To be fair though, at the same time I was dealing with a lot of anxiety and stuff, so it might have meant like he was just trying to fish me out to save me, and because he likes fishing that was just like a metaphor.
I think sometimes if I'm worried about something, I will dream about it a little bit. So I don't know whether that's kind of like bringing me through to a place where I might get a resolution.
It's almost like an insecurity of what I felt when I was teaching. That fear of not being prepared or being late or not being in the right place at the right time. And it always seems to be that same dream that I come back to when I'm worried about something. And I wake up in a sweat and think, oh, you know, where's the class I'm supposed to be having? And
I start by waking up in a hospital bed. The hospital, it was always by this like guy who like sort of didn't have eyes himself. So it was like a soulless sort of like creature. It was just very scary for me. And I look, around me and there's people's eyes being harvested. I've had a few surgeries and that has scared me from when I was younger, so that just terrified me. Maybe it's because I wear glasses, or because I have a fear of losing my eyesight.
I remember I used to be terrified of going to sleep a couple of years ago, because I'd always have the same I can't remember what the dream was exactly, but I remember that I kept having the same recurring dream that would terrify me. So I used to be quite scared of going to sleep, so I'd always try and avoid it, and then I'd only really sleep until I had to.
I do remember actually a period in my life, probably age 8 to 12ish, where I would get unexplainably emotional late at night, and I would constantly need the reassurance of my parents telling me that it's going to be okay. Along with this as well, there was a constant fear of midnight, and I used to sit and watch the clock tick closer and closer to midnight, and I would get more distressed and emotional by it. Now, I didn't know what caused any of this at the time, but I think now, retrospectively, it has something to do with, in 2010, classmate's father, who was quite involved in school life, so I knew him well, passed away suddenly of a brain hemorrhage. I remember the teacher sitting us down and breaking the news, and I just remember being so unnerved by it. And I think ultimately all of this was a fear of losing my parents. Sleep paralysis is this weird blur of being awake and asleep. You're aware of your surroundings, but you can't move or prevent things from happening.
It was just like, you're awake, why can't you open your eyes? Open your eyes. And I remember shouting at myself, open your eyes, do something. And this sensation of not being able to call out or even open my eyes or move my arms at all. And that was incredibly frightening.
And so I'm always trying to lift myself out of the bed or lift up to snap myself out of it. But I can't do that, but I'm aware of trying to do it.
I felt a weight on top of me moving up from my feet to my chest. I opened my eyes and tried to move, but I couldn't. It was like my limbs were like concrete.
You literally feel helpless.
And that was the one where I woke up thinking, I don't like this is horrible.
My dreams aren't always scary or depressing. I think there is room in my mind for more pleasant dreams.
I used to call it levitate. So I was able to sit up in bed, stick my legs out, and then move around, so I didn't have to walk on the floor. So I was hovering and I could travel around the house, and I was quite happy to do that. So I would look forward to that when that dream came along.
I was asleep in my bedroom, dinosaurs sort of walking up the street, and everybody was having to try and hide. And I can remember sort of hiding, but like the eye of a dinosaur looking into my bedroom. And then I'd have to be really still, wait for it to start walking down the street. And to get away from the dinosaur, I used to fly.
It's a bit like dozing on a summer's day, and you're still aware of the sunshine outside of you.
And then you realise you're in the body that you are now, just waking up and you're tired and you're groggy.
I take solace in the fact whenever my grandmother tells me, she's having a dream I'm just glad to know that their mind is active and healthy.
Like sometimes dreams that you have about you and your life can become a reality.
But ultimately, I think dreams are an escape